Well, hello beauties. It's Dawn Gallagher, and my channel is all about lifestyle, beauty, and fashion. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will let you know when I'm uploading new YouTube videos. Well, I'm here today with the amazing, I'm so excited, Jas Doyle, who has been doing makeup for 15 years. She's amazing, she's iconic. She's from Australia, so she's a lot of fun. She did this beautiful, glowy, natural, everyday look on me. I hope you love it as much as I do. And we're going to show you exactly how we did it. So stay tuned.
I'm going to begin by prepping Dawn's skin using the Estée Lauder Re-Nutriv moisturizer. I really like this one because it's rich and creamy, but it has a nice lightweight, non-greasy texture. So it's going to completely absorb into the skin, giving you lots of hydration and bounce, and a beautiful base for makeup application. Next, I'm going to take the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation and a damp Beauty Blender. My number one tip for foundation application is to keep things as sheer as possible. So really building as you're going in the areas that need a little bit more coverage, and being mindful to really melt it and work it into the skin so that your foundation doesn't look like foundation, it looks like skin. Next, I'm taking the Bare Minerals Liquid Concealer in the shade Medium, and I'm applying a small amount of that product under the eye area, just to bounce and lift any dark circles. And I'm going to come back using a fluffy synthetic brush, just to really airbrush that product into the skin so it's not too cakey. It should be really seamless with the foundation. Tip being with under eye concealer, you do want to go for a shade that's a little bit more of a pink cool tone than the foundation tone, because that's going to brighten and correct any bruisey undertones in that area. I'm now going to take some of the BECCA Soft Light Blurring Powder in the shade Golden Hour and just really gently dust that under the eye area where we applied the concealer, to stop any creasing. I'm just going to avoid putting powder on the rest of the face for now, because I really want to maintain that glow and radiance. I'm now curling the lashes right from the base. I'm just giving a gentle squeeze, a couple of pumps each eye. Give the lashes a nice little lift. So now we're onto the eyes, and I'm going to start by tightlining the waterline, and I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Black Gel Pencil Liner for this. When you're tightlining the eye, you really want to come from underneath the lash line. The idea being that you're filling the area between the lashes, so you're really creating a nice, dense black lash line that still looks really, really, really natural. I'm now taking a small amount of the same concealer that we used underneath of the eye, and I'm going to use that as a base for the eyeshadow. Taking the same fluffy synthetic brush, just going to blend that in, being mindful to use a really small amount of product. That's going to prevent your eyeshadow from creasing and give you more longevity throughout the day. I'm now going to be using the Dior eyeshadow palette in Rouge Trafalgar. I think the shades in here are really going to make Dawn's blue eyes pop. So let's get on with it. I'm taking the taupey shade first, and I'm just tapping that into the lid area. Just lifting the brow a little bit, just to get a smooth application of that colour. Just tapping it in to get the pigment to build really nice and evenly, and then going in and really blending that, sort of like a windscreen wiper motion, to blend that into the eye socket really nice and seamlessly. It's all about blending. And then onto the other eye, same technique, lift the brow a little, blending into the socket. Now just going back in with the same eyeliner that I used for the tight line, and applying really close to the upper lash line now, so from above, just to give a little bit more dimension and intensify the eye makeup look a little bit more. Now smudging that out with an angled eyeshadow brush, just to give a bit more of a soft focus effect and avoid any harsh lines, which is not what we want for this look. Now going in with the Amethyst shade from my Dior palette, and I'm going in on the lower lash line now. I'm just doing a bit of a drop shadow in lieu of any eyeliner, with the intention of keeping this look really soft and sultry. Now taking the shimmering champagne shade, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corners of Dawn's eyes, and that's just going to brighten and lift and elevate the whole eye makeup and just make it a little bit more glamorous. I'm now taking a volumizing mascara. I'm starting at the base of the lash, and I'm kind of pushing and wiggling the product through the lashes, creating lots of volume and separation as I'm going. So onto brows, I'm going in with a super fine brow pencil in the shade Espresso. The trick with filling in your eyebrows is to keep a really light touch and just feather in individual brush strokes, almost as if you're replicating eyebrow hair, and just really taking your time to consider where you need extra definition, and then brushing that through with the spoolie end of the brush so that it doesn't look harsh or obvious and just keeps everything looking really full and natural. Brows are such an important part of any makeup look because I think they really frame the face and they just really tie everything together. It's definitely not a step that I would recommend skipping. Even if you have great brows, you're probably still going to want just a tiny little bit extra definition in certain areas. So now we're moving on to the finishing touches to this makeup look, and I'm going to use one of my favorite products in the whole world, which is the Chantecaille Liquid Lumiere Anti-Aging Face Illuminator in the shade Sheen. I'm going to take that and tap it into the high points of Dawn's cheekbones, and it just gives the most beautiful radiant glow. I'm going to take a really small amount down the bridge of the nose, just tap that in, and then also apply a small amount to the chin and the Cupid's bow area. And what that's going to do is just unify the whole look. I'm now taking my Il Makiage palette in Striptease, and I'm going to add a little bit more warmth and shine to the cheek area. I'm going to use the shade Rio, just tapping that onto the apples of the cheeks using my beauty blender and melting it into all the other products that we already have on the skin. Last but not least is lips, and I've already pre-hydrated the lip area using some Smith's Rosebud Salve. So now I'm going to go in with a Milani lip liner pencil in the shade Spice. Just really softly defining the lip line. I really don't want to overline the lip at this point. I just want to create definition and fullness, but also keep it looking natural. So once you've applied the liner, I'm also going to go back in and blend that out a bit with a fluffy brush. And now finally I'm just going to come back in with my Il Makiage lip palette in the same shade that I used on the cheek, and that is Rio, and that's again just going to keep everything feeling really cohesive. So I'm just applying that to the lip area for a bit more shine and hydration. Just ties everything together and finishes the look. Now just going to spritz with Rosewater to hydrate a little further and set the makeup throughout the day, and that is it. Thank you.
Well, beauties, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we had fun creating it. All links and descriptions will be below, and I can't wait to see you next time. Mwah. Bye-bye.